In the bustling city of Lagos, where ambition filled the air like harmattan dust, young Ifemelu and Obinze fell in love in their secondary school days. Their romance blossomed in the pages of borrowed novels and dreams of a better future, while Nigeria struggled under military rule. Ifemelu, sharp-tongued and self-assured, won a scholarship to an American university. Like many young Nigerians, she saw America as the land of possibilities. Meanwhile, Obinze, thoughtful and gentle-mannered, dreamed of joining her there, his head filled with visions of America from the books he devoured. But America was not the movie Ifemelu had watched. For the first time in her life, she became black. Race, a concept that had never mattered in Nigeria, suddenly defined her existence. She struggled through poverty, depression, and the weight of being an African in America. To survive, she took jobs under another person's name, experiencing the humiliation that came with being undocumented. Eventually, Ifemelu found her voice through blogging about race from a non-American black perspective. Her blog, Raceteenth or Various Observations about American blacks, those formerly known as Negroes by a non-American black, became a sensation. She wrote about the subtle acts of discrimination, the politics of black women's hair, and the peculiar blindness of liberal Americans to their own prejudices. Meanwhile, Obinze, denied an American visa in post-9/11 hysteria, sought his fortune in England. His story became one of fake marriages, manual labor, and the constant fear of deportation. The London he experienced wasn't the city of his beloved books, but a place of cold weather and colder possibilities. Years passed. Ifemelu dated an African-American professor, then a wealthy white man, but something was missing. She had achieved the American dream, a fellowship at Princeton, a successful blog, financial security, yet she felt increasingly disconnected from herself. Back in Nigeria, Obinze had returned from England and built a life as a wealthy property developer, complete with a beautiful wife and child. But his memories of Ifemelu lingered like the taste of unripe fruit. When Ifemelu decided to return to Nigeria, becoming what locals called an Americanah, someone marked by American affectations, she found a changed Lagos. The city had become glossier, filled with people who had returned from abroad, each carrying their own stories of exile and return. The heart of the story lies in their reunion. After 13 years, Ifemelu and Obinze's paths crossed again in a Lagos that was both familiar and strange. Their love had matured like palm wine, stronger for the fermentation of time and experience. Through their story, we see the price of leaving and the cost of return, the weight of choices made and paths not taken. We understand how places change us, how we can be from somewhere but changed by elsewhere, how love can survive oceans and years. The tale ends not with a neat resolution, but with the messy reality of two people trying to build a future while carrying their pasts. Like Lagos itself, their story is one of constant becoming, of identity as a thing that's never quite finished. They say in Nigeria that a person who has lived abroad walks differently. Ifemelu and Obinze's story shows us why. Because once you've lived between worlds, you never quite belong completely to just one again.